Well, I think that I work with some children that do have very strong classic traits of autism. They're very severe, and they also have a myriad of other things as well, from intellectual disability. So when you have autism and ID overlapping there, it's certainly, it's time to look at other approaches. Language and communication, once again, is not going to be fluent like you and I. It's a very different path altogether developmentally. So communication devices and sign language and other similar things are a very important part to enhancing the quality of communication between that individual and those around them. That's super important. And we're talking more individuals higher on the functioning end of the spectrum who may have that capacity to be able to communicate and have basic knowledge and understanding of words and language. I advocate and strive enormously to keep improving on those steps. I like to see each area of development as a ladder. And so where are you on the ladder? Are you more towards the bottom end where you're just starting to climb? Are you midway, or are you getting close to the top of achieving whatever that level or area may be, and get ready to put out another ladder and keep climbing? So I again came from a position as a child where I was certainly behind, didn't want to speak too much, was very socially anxious, and of course was getting all of my words around the wrong way and couldn't even structure a sentence together coherently at all. That on top of, as you have said, Danielle, that lack of comprehension and understanding was the most frustrating hell of all time. To be able to read something and go, I don't know what I'm reading. I'd rather look at the picture. I have no idea what people are saying because I don't understand the words. And that led to, of course, not being able to enjoy sense of humor and jokes and sarcasm, and missing all that vital information and data and things like that that's going on out there in the world. So when you don't understand a word or two or three, and you therefore don't understand a sentence or two or three, and you then don't understand a whole paragraph or a whole chapter or whatever, two or three, all of a sudden you're missing a whole chunk of vital information. If you're dependent solely on pictures, fine, that's excellent. You therefore are, like many, visual learning, and you're excellent with understanding through pictures. You've mastered that, brilliant. I then say to many families, right, your child is excellent there in their developmental path, brilliant. There's some room, or a great deal of room, for improvement in the area of this or that. For example, I work with a 19-year-old, excellent with communication, very articulate. He's coming along very beautifully with his speech. However, cannot do numbers. Very much wants to work in a retail store someday where he has to help people. But when it comes to the numbers side of things, cannot do it at all. Does not know his times table to save himself. Of course, we know this to be dyscalculia, that learning or dyslexia of numbers. So, but we are beginning to improve. I have noticed in the last 2 to 3 months now, working with him every single week, that we are beginning to now make the connection and relationship between numbers, get both going forwards and backwards, which were things he could never do before. Because I'm associating him with memories and experiences that he connects with so well. So by adopting a concept or a system that he knows so well and applying it to an area that's really struggling, it's now turning something of a struggle into much more success. And the tears flow from his mother's face to see that, wow, he is beginning to relearn something that he was struggling to learn in the first place. So whether it's reading, writing, comprehension, these are just areas of the brain that are just not firing, or they are not perhaps connecting as well as they need to be. And so I come at this now from a very neuroscience-based perspective, that we use exercise and other different approaches that we know to work well, including meditation, to absolutely stimulate and to make those pathways connect. I know you guys have probably heard the term neuroplasticity, but I very much advocate for things like environment, having the right environment, the right approach by the right person, once again, who does have that wonderful ability to unlock and connect with your loved one. Yes, you might have a great specialist who's well certified, but if they still have not perhaps got the right approach because of personality or not perhaps got quite that experience, then they're missing out, I suppose, on helping that child or loved one to really get access to their true potential. So I know everyone here wants me in Australia. I can't be there for everybody, but I'm very committed to helping even those that do have the most challenging of behaviours or symptoms and severities, to at least enhancing their overall quality of life on some level, even if it's eye contact. I know so many say that eye contact is a terrible thing that you should never force. And I've had to say it recently once again. Something as small as eye contact, we know that there are significant benefits. If a child on the autism spectrum begins to learn and understand that relationship and the positive benefits of something as small as eye contact, that wow, it can really change their life, and they can go from a socially anxious and don't want to make eye contact sort of a child to, I really now want to, reap the benefits of being able to connect more. And that is a wonderful thing for both the brain, the body, on an emotional level. And we understand that the brain, there's more than just one brain. There's this brain here as well, the heart, and the other one being the gut, which we talked about earlier. So having good functioning in all three areas is a very vital thing to a child and their development.